Hello Bookish friends, welcome to another Try a Chapter video. In this Try a Chapter video, I'm going to choose 5 romance books from my Goodreads TBR. After reading the first chapters of these books, decide if I still want to keep them on my TBR or not. The books that I've chose for this video are If I Never Met You by Mhairi McFarlane, Someone for Everyone by Tracy Corbett, The Chalet Girl by Kate Lace, Minerva by Marion Chesney, and Burn For Me by Ilona Andrews. I have the physical edition of the first book that I will try a chapter of, which is The Chalet Girl by Kate Lace. I bought this in a used bookstore when I was at holiday. The synopsis sounded interesting. However, when I looked at the Goodreads review, the ratings were quite low and the reviews were not so kind. So I decided to try a chapter and decide for myself. I read the first chapter of Chalet Girl, and in this first chapter we met Millie, the host of a chalet in French Alpine village, and a new group of tourists who will come to stay in this chalet for 2 weeks comes, and Millie finds herself very much attracted to one of the guests. And in this first chapter, we also find out the general information about all of the guests and their characteristics. The second book that I will try a chapter of is If I Never Met You by Mhairi McFarlane. I will listen to the first chapter in my audiobook application. When I first bought this book in YouTube, I thought it was a cute contemporary romance, and we'll see if my view changes after listening to the first chapter. So I listened to the first chapter of If I Never Met You by Mhairi McFarlane. In this first chapter, a group of women working in the same office do talk about their love lives, and Lori is talking about her boyfriend of many years. From what she says, it looks like her boyfriend is not the ideal as she thinks he is. The third book that I will try a chapter of is Someone for Everyone by Tracy Corbett. I have the ebook copy of this book, and I will read the first chapter of this very cute and heartwarming love story, as it declares in the cover. So I read the first chapter of Someone for Everyone, and in this first chapter we met Kate, a lawyer who's divorced but has to pay the debts left by her cheating ex-husband. Kate gained a temporary delay in convincing the judge to come with a reasonable payment. And after the court, 2 muggers attempt to steal her purse, but her anger present in her, because of all this happened in the past 2 years, scares the muggers away, and they leave her injured, thinking that she is a mad woman. Now I will try the first chapter of the first book in Hidden Legacy series, Burn For Me by Ilona Andrews. Now, really enjoying Love at Stake series. I wanted to give this series a chance before deciding to unhaul the book from my Goodreads TBR. So I read the half of the first chapter of Burn For Me by Ilona Andrews because it was quite a long chapter. And in this first section, we follow an investigator whose magical ability is to detect lies and works as a private investigator for families. She is mostly tasked with cheating spouses. And when one of the cheating spouse is caught by the wife, he gets angry and performs ghostly magic on our investigator, and he then disappears. So it was quite an action-packed beginning for a book. The last book that I will try a chapter of is another first book in the series, which is the first book in Six Sisters series by M.C.Beaton. So I will read the first chapter of Minerva from the e-reader again. So I read the first chapter of Minerva by M.C.Beaton. In this first chapter, we follow the father of Minerva, the vicar, who goes to borrow money from his brother, who's a lord. He refuses to give money to his brother because he said that he has to provide for his own daughters. The vicar comes home and looks at his eldest daughter, Minerva, and decides to marry her to a man of fortune. After reading the first chapters of the 5 books, with the exception of one book, the decisions were very clear. As soon as I heard a few sentences from If I Never Met You by Mhairi McFarlane, I knew that I would not read that book. The writing style did not work for me at all, and also I thought some of the talks that the girls had was vulgar for my taste. Maybe not in the first sentences, but in the first few pages. I also knew that I would not read Minerva by M.C.Beaton because the humor in the first chapter really bothered me. I felt like I was reading a really bad imitation of Jane Austen's writing. And the book that I was uncertain of was Burn For Me by Ilona Andrews. The first chapter was quite exciting. Ability to detect a lie is quite interesting. However, I found the writing style to be a bit dry. And since it was the first book in a quite long series, I did not want to commit to such a series. I have so many romance books on my Goodreads TBR. I've decided not to read Burn For Me by Ilona Andrews. And as for the books that I will keep on my Goodreads TBR, I really like The Chalet Girl by Kate Lace. The atmosphere and the characters' introduction in the first chapter really made me wonder what would happen. And the fact that the first chapter could easily have been the first chapter of a murder mystery was also intriguing for me. I was quite hooked even in the first pages. And the book that I was most pleasantly surprised was Someone for Everyone by Tracy Corbett. I really did like the writing style of the author. And to be honest, this book was the book that I was most unsure of, but it became the one that I liked the best. I really liked the realistic portrayal of our heroine, and I'm guessing it will be the same for the male lead as well. So I will definitely keep Someone for Everyone by Tracy Corbett on my Goodreads TBR. So as a total, I decided to unhaul 3 books from my Goodreads TBR and keep 2. I'm really glad that I'm doing these try a chapter unhaul videos. It forces me to evaluate the books that are sitting on my TBR for a very long time and decide on what to do with them. So please comment down below, did you read any of the books that I tried a chapter of in this video? And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. For Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose everyone. Everyone means herkes in Turkish, and herkes is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.